Hi 4A students, I hope you're having a good day. This video might be kind of low in quality because I'm doing it on my phone, but it will do the trick. So in the second part, this is about sound quality in poetry, and we use just 4 terms to talk about it, 2 of which you already know and love, but 2 that are probably unfamiliar to you. So, of course, we've got alliteration. We know that one. Same starting sound, and when you do a technical poetic markup, you actually mark alliteration with a triple underline. I don't know why, but that is the convention. So lazy, laughing lunatics, those L's get a nice triple underline. Assonance, though, assonance doesn't sound anything like what it means. With assonance, we're talking about the vowel sounds, and they could be at the start, or you're also looking for that same sound in the interior. So this is a nice one that happens to have the same vowel sound, happy apple man, and they're all the interior vowels of those 3 words. You circle them and connect them like that. And just be aware that you could have the word and with the A at the beginning. It doesn't have to be in the middle. But we talk about assonance. A lot of times they talk about just interior vowel sounds, repetition of vowel sounds. Consonants, that's a lot easier to understand. You repeat consonant sounds, whether it includes the alliteration or not. Okay. Some mammals are clammy. And there we have a nice one where we do have one at the start, but then we have these others are interior, but all those M's together sound kind of cool. And then last but not least, you've got rhyme, where your last syllable repeats. Stop the pop, mop. Stop the mop, pop. Pop the stop, mop. Whatever. Okay, so a really important critical point to make is this. Assonance is a super big deal, okay? Our vowel sounds are loud, they're resonant. You don't constrict, put any obstruction in your mouth. There's no clicking sounds like t, p, Your vocal cords are vibrating. So think about the vowels for a second. I, E, O, ah. They're loud, they're strong. And so putting a repetition of vowel sounds in poetry and having that be in harmony can be powerful. But it's cool because it's a lot more subtle than alliteration. Alliteration stands out. It's in your face, Look at me, I'm the same starting sound. But assonance, boy, you can read something and just think, wow, that sounds good, but why? And you have to look a little more closely to see that it's got those interior vowel sounds. Poets work with assonance all the time. It's very, very important to them. Consonants, however, I'll scroll down to this part of the page. Consonants isn't as much paid attention to. Our consonant sounds sometimes are throwaway, just the little clicks and things, so that they're not as strong and powerful. But every once in a while, a poet will do something amazing with consonants deliberately. So let's take a look at these 2 examples. Let's see. That's not very well focused, but I don't really know what to do about it. Well, you can see it on your own page. So in this little clip, this little excerpt, we have the I sound. Soft language issued from their spitless lips as they swished in low circles round and round the field, winding hither and thither through the weeds. Unless those little I's were pointed out to you, you wouldn't notice that I sound. I think it's awesome. Now, be super, super careful, okay? I see an I over here in the word circle. Is that the same sound? No. Okay, we're working with the I sound, and that actually makes an sound. How about this I right here? Well, no, that's the word winding. Winding. We can't have the E sound correspond with our I sound. Okay, so it's the sound that matters. Be really careful about that when you do the exercise. Sound, 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 not letter. We have a lot of letter combinations that make the same sound. We have letters that make different sounds. So you have to pay attention to the sound, okay? All right, now just for fun, let's look at an example of consonants. Now, don't be deceived on this. I don't know if the internet site was even getting it wrong, but we actually have consonants on 2 sounds here. This is not the same sound. You see S's, but they're not making the same sound, okay? Part of them are the Z sound and part of them are the S sound. Now, that still means we have consonants, but it's just both with the Z and the S. So let's mark where we have our Z's. He gives Z. his harness bells a shake, and see, we can't mark the S here because it's the sh sound, to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound, what do we have here? Sounds, z, the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Okay? He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound's the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. That's super nice. Very repetitive, and yet not enough that you get annoyed with it, I think. Again, when you pay attention to it, you're like, wait, there actually are a lot of S and Z sounds there. But it's a lot more subtle, than alliteration. Notice that even if you're within like 2 lines or so, it's still going to count. The harness bells and sound and sweep and some mistake, even though they're within 3 lines of each other, that all counts together. So keep that in mind when you do the next poem. Okay, I'm going to stop this video and then go on to the other one that introduces the activity.